Can't say a thing. Say a thing. Break through the roof. Say it.
There we go.
I'm saying nothing of the sort. Trevor has to introduce us.
Will that be your introduction?
Yeah, you haven't been introduced. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of How to Build a Game Studio. I am Trevor Oz, and I'm joined today by Kent Gamble.
Now I've been introduced.
You have been introduced. And, of course, we wouldn't be here without our artist extraordinaire, Moudy Hamu.
What's up, guys?
So hey, guys, how's it going?
Is this really the first one we've done since Kickstarter?
This is the first one we've done since we did that deeper dive into the world and stuff of Externus.
Yeah, I guess it was still running. It was just like towards the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the Kickstarter, so it's probably like a week or so out from the end of it. So it's been a good month since we've done one.
So yeah, we funded, by the way. Everybody.
Yay! Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank
Amazing.
you.
Yeah, I mean, we did not think we were going to get funded, so we did, and that's thanks to everybody. Hopefully, everybody listening. And if you haven't funded us, you can still go and pre-order Externus for the pre-order price that was available on the Kickstarter. Just go to externusgame.com, and then you can follow the link to our pre-order store.
So it'll be cheap. I think it's $5 cheaper than at least what we have planned for launch.
Yeah, our planned price is $24.99 for launch, but you can get it now for $20. So yeah, go do that.
Buy like a churro with that.
Go do that. You can also. If you were interested in an Externus T-shirt or an Externus art book, we have those available as well. So for purchase as a pre-order. So yeah, we got that all set up after the Kickstarter was done. So got that going. So yeah, we were successful. We didn't think we were. I know Kent literally had to redo. So because we didn't think we were going to be successful, Kent did the schedule for the studio as if we weren't going to fund, and then he had to redo the whole thing when we got funded.
Yeah, we kind of. So it was like right at the beginning, we're like, hell yeah, we're doing great. We're going to get funded. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of were like, okay, let's set up our plan for, the rest of the dev cycle, knowing we're going to have this money to bring on some art support. And so we did that. And then it was just like total dead. We were getting a couple hits every day, but almost nothing for a while. And we're like, oh God, we're not going to make it. Okay, time to reschedule. We're not going to have it. Let's see what we have to cut, what we have to kind of rework going forward so we can still get the game out on time. And then right at the end, we got huge numbers of backers, and everyone kicked their pledges up, and it just it exploded right at the end. And so we were like, oh, we funded. Okay, hold on, we got to go back and redo the schedule one more time because we will have time for art support. So that was fun.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things too. It's because you hear from other people, because we talked to quite a few people who have done Kickstarters before or funding projects like this, and they're like, yeah, the middle 2 weeks are dead, nothing happens, and then it's like it all comes together at the end, and even though we heard that, it's like when it's something that you're trying to get funded, and you're looking at these numbers day by day, and you're like, oh man, it's not happening. It's very stressful.
Yeah, those days when it doesn't feel like it's happening, man, they're powerful, they're potent, they're long. It's like and the good moments are so brief, they feel, but then like you said, at the end.
Yeah, like you said, we heard it, but I don't think any of us realized quite to what extent the gap. Because I was like, oh, okay, we'll do 40% of the pledges at the end or something. But I think, I don't know, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I want to say the very last day we got a third of our backers. It was a huge number.
Yeah, it was between 90 and 100, I believe.
Yeah, and we ended up with 320-ish. I think. And yeah, it was
something
just almost all of them were day 1 and day 30 or 31.
Yeah, day 30. Yeah.
So yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, but we pulled it out. Yeah.
Thank you,
thank
listeners
you.
and backers.
Thank you so much.
And we have our Discord open now. Just talking to some of our backers in there.
Yeah, so yeah, if you backed us, the Discord channel is available now. You should have an email about that. If for some reason the email didn't go through, be sure to send us an email at support@winterborngames.com, and we'll make sure you get that link. So you can join us on the Discord. We're already talking about some stuff that maybe we'll do in the future. Maybe some online tabletop games or something. Seems like that might be something that you guys want to see from us. So yeah, we'll try to figure that stuff out and hopefully have some events and stuff in the future on that.
Oh yeah.
So and I think another thing we're gonna do with the Discord is I'm gonna post on there because we record our podcast at different days and different times. So for our next coming episode, I think I'll post in there like, hey, if you have any questions for our podcast, feel free to throw them in our because we have an Ask a Question Discord channel on the server. So that way you can throw the questions in there and then we'll just answer them on the podcast.
Makes sense. Does Moudy approve?
Yes.
Moudy has spoken.
Yes, I have spoken.
So yeah, so now that we've gone through the process of what happened, like right after the Kickstarter got funded, like what have you guys have been doing the majority of the work at this point? I mean, I've just been kind of setting up a Discord and stuff like that. What exactly are we doing moving forward as far as the Kickstarter goes, or as far as the game goes, rather?
As far as the game? So Moudy and I have basically just kind of taken a step back. So with the pre-alpha demo we did, we set up our kind of framework really early in the project, set up kind of our pipeline and everything to get stuff into the game, and made that, simple little demo. And in doing so, we've kind of identified, I don't know, a handful, 3 or 4, something like that, kind of issues in our content pipeline. And what that means is basically getting characters, getting art, getting animations, getting levels from programs like Blender, which is a modeling software, or Spine, which is the software we use for animations, kind of getting it from there into the game. And so what we've been doing is working together on just kind of fixing up some of those difficulties and kind of sticking points. And basically, while that's not really going to be very exciting front-facing to any backers or fans or players, what it means is just it's going to greatly, over the kind of course of the project, it's really going to speed up our ability to get out both new content as well as fix bugs or modify things, because before it was kind of painstaking getting certain things into the game and playable, whereas hopefully we should be finishing up kind of some of this work towards the end of the month and really make everyone's lives easier, especially Moudy, who, as you know, has quite a lot of art content to put into the game.
Lots of characters, lots of worlds. Hey, man. But, we've pretty much been working on it. I think, you guys ever watch The Mandalorian? The quote I've been saying to myself is literally being like, this is the way. This is all we're trying to do, is find the new way. And I think it's been good because I'm sure once we get into it in Discord, we'll probably have people give us their feedbacks and stuff. But we've actually had quite already, I feel like, distinct differences in visuals just from what we've learned making this demo and understanding how to streamline that process and also make things efficient, but also better for the game overall. So it actually feels almost you could, I don't know if this is the word, right, Ken, but like it feels like a necessity to the process. Maybe not exactly the way it was supposed to go, but it feels like this is the only way we could have finited what we were trying to do and how to make it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, like Moudy said, at some point, hopefully soon in the future, we can kind of show you what I'm about to talk about, because it's hard to kind of describe, just without seeing it. But based on feedback, we tweaked kind of the way our animations worked a little bit, and I think they're starting to look much better. And in addition to just kind of looking better, I think people will really get kind of a nostalgic kick out of them. We're not doing them in an old kind of pixely art style way, but we're kind of bringing a bit of that visual aspect into the game. Like I said, it's really difficult to describe, but I think once you kind of see the difference in what we've tweaked versus what we had before, I think people will be pretty happy with the changes.
Agree.
I know, Trevor, you've seen some of the stuff Moudy put up in Teams, I think. What do you think? Do you like the new kind of animation style that we're moving forward with?
Yeah, I mean, it feels very classic RPG in a way. I like. I think the other stuff was good, but I think this kind of almost gives a little bit of a nostalgia feel while feeling new as well. So I think that's definitely a good thing for the game going forward, and anything that makes it easier on you guys on getting the content in and out, I think is a good thing in the long run, because that just means people get to play the game sooner.
Yeah, or we get to do the little bits and bobs that we wanted to plug in that are kind of low on the priority list.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, it just makes for a better game.
Yeah, I also just wanted to point out, talking back into sort of saying that, I mean, we're really excited to show people once we can show them what the new look is. But for part of that process, I remember even going back to obviously a game like Final Fantasy Tactics and sort of like just starting to relook at the games that we were inspired by and seeing like how or why certain decisions were made. And like kind of like you said, this style of animation was really inspired by Tactics. And if anyone here, the guys here have played Tactics, but anyone listening if you played Tactics, the question that kind of came to me was, let's just say, it's a strange way to put it, but let's just say, why is every attack not like a unique attack that, like, imagine one character or soldier has like a spinning move every time they do an attack and this and that. And you kind of start to realize that they designed it in a certain way to give the player that, immersion and feeling of the world, but in the way that they could fully realize it without essentially blowing the budget with these insane animations, especially when you're doing a turn-based. I'm like, are those full-on animations necessary? It'd be cool, but we're an indie team, so we tried to put that in that perspective. And hopefully when we can show you guys what we're talking about, I think it'll make a lot of sense.
Agreed. Probably next month, maybe the month after. I don't know. We still got to finalize how much we want to show, when do we want to hide things, when do we want to reveal things. Don't want to spoil the whole game. But obviously this is not a spoiler since it's just the visual look of it. But we also can't show certain characters, or gotta hold back some stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's it's a process. It's a slow but sure process. So I mean, and that just comes down to it. It's we want to update you as much as possible, but we want to make sure that we have actual substance to the updates. So so there might be points where our updates maybe don't have as much visual stuff to say, but it actually means a lot to the game, what we're working on currently. So
AKA the first month's update is going to be boring as shit. But after that, it should be a lot more exciting. Just be this 1 month where we're kind of doing behind the scenes work.
Yeah, and I mean, as a game like that just happens. I mean, there's certain times where we have to or at least you guys more than me have to, work on the actual nuts and bolts of the back end of the game instead of, the front pretty part that I get to show. So,
well, this is making it prettier,
right?
Yeah, and I mean, and obviously we can't wait to show more of Moody's art off. So. I can't wait to show more of it in the future because it's awesome.
Well, thank you, Trevor. I appreciate that.
I see how it is. You don't want to see my sweet code. You don't want to see me effortlessly. I don't even know what I'm using an example.
We just have to make a sizzle reel of you, like I said, wearing like for us laymen's, you're wearing like Matrix sunglasses, the screen's tinted green, you're just like going crazy on the keyboard and be like, yeah, look at him typing, dude.
All the letters are just flying down.
I'm like, yeah,
lady
Matrix,
in the red dress.
Yeah, Matrix that shit, bro.
I was gonna say, like, I don't even understand half of your code, so ever. And then you'll discuss like problems like with Jack or something. I'm just like, I have no idea what you said, but it sounds great. Let's
That's all coding really is. You just say a bunch of things to non-coders and hope that they are impressed by it.
They're just constantly trolling us, dude.
Yeah, and then eventually you just download something from the internet, copy and paste the code over, and it works. That's all coding is.
I knew it.
Don't tell anyone I told you. Our great secret.
Yeah, just between us three. Gotcha.
Yep. Luckily, no one else.
That's a trade secret.
No.
Nobody else knows. So yeah. So other than that, that's pretty much the state of the game at this point. We're just working on behind the scenes stuff. So have you guys? Any games come out recently that have excited either of you? Have you been playing anything?
I've actually just kind of went back to Overwatch recently because I haven't had massive amounts of time between the game and my 6-month-old daughter, who occupies a fair amount of time. And it's just a good, I get on, I play for 10 minutes because that's the amount of time I have, and then I kind of go back to either working or watching the baby or something. So that's pretty much all I've been playing recently.
He's playing the game of life, bro.
I am playing the game of life.
It's on hard difficulty right now, dude.
It's Iron Man. I can't reload.
Hey, real quick though, I had no idea you played Overwatch at all. Wait, yeah. I gotta ask, what do you play normally?
I only play Mystery Heroes. So which is the mode where it randomly generates every time you die, it gives you a different hero.
Oh, so you don't have you're not you don't play like a healer or an assault or something like that?
No, I just play whatever it gives me. As much as I don't want to badmouth it, because I do like the game, at this point, the balance they've done has just been every single character just does a bunch of damage. There's not really much of support class anymore. If you play Mercy, for example, who used to be pretty much solely support, now she does insane amounts of damage. So half the time you're not even healing, you're just shooting with your pistol. Or
bro, man, yeah, you gotta get them headshots, bro, and people's lives.
Zenyatta, you don't even need to heal anymore. He just one shots everyone, and so yeah, unfortunately. I don't know. I do miss the kind of more role-based stuff they used to do where everyone had very specific roles, but I mean, I'm sure the general population prefers it when you can kind of just run and gun with any character.
I'm traditional like that because of obviously things like Call of Duty. So my favorite guy is 76 because he's so traditional in that sense of when it comes to your first person. So I just had no idea, dude. I got all excited. I was like, what? He plays?
I played it when it came out and then kind of stopped, and then just recently.
I tend to pick it up when I see other people playing it, but that's pretty much the only time I ever pick it up. Our friend Tim asked me if I had it on PC the other day, and I was like, no, I don't. because I've had it on Xbox. He was like, okay, I'll probably end up buying it for you at some point. I was like, all right, whatever, because I'll play it, if someone else is playing it. But
oh, go ahead.
Because it's a fun game, but yeah, like I do remember in the past, like I was always a Zenyatta guy. Because I liked the aspect of the damage and the heals, and actually playing the support role as a support role. Because I think in multiplayer games in general, I'm always better as a support player than I am as the guy that's going and trying to get all the kills. Like when I play Halo, for instance, like I'm always good at the objectives, or if it's, Slayer, I'm always good at like being the guy that's there to assist the guy getting all the other kills. So like that's just the role that I'm better at than just being the aggressive, like get all the kills.
Oh my god, guys.
Kind of guy,
So wait, so you're here. All right, look, we already have half a team, dude. You're the assault. I'll play support in the sense like I'll play tank because I like being tank, and we got our healer, dude. We're done. We're ready. Let's go. Let's go. Pause this podcast. We'll be right back.
All right. Total tangent, but is it literally impossible for anyone else to hear the words Halo and Slayer in a sentence without immediately thinking Slayer?
No.
Best voiceover guy ever.
Absolutely. I've been playing a lot of Halo recently, actually, with our friend Tim, because they just started releasing them on PC, and I have Game Pass, so.
I'm starting to feel like Tim might be a PC gamer.
He very much is, and now I have a PC that'll actually work to play games. So, but yeah, like just going back to Halo, like I'm pretty psyched to see what Halo Infinite is going to be. What kind of hopefully that'll be a big bulk of what Microsoft announces here in a couple weeks. But yeah, it's kind of got me in the mood to play some more Halo. Because I haven't played in a while, so yeah, I've been playing a bit of that. Moudy, you been playing anything?
Here, let me think. It's not. I guess. I don't know if it's really well heard, but since a kid, I've played this game. So when they announced that this game was like being made, and they made another one, have you guys ever heard of the game called Streets of Rage?
Yeah.
Come on. Have we heard of
Come on.
Get out of here.
Dude. Okay, to anyone listening right now, if you haven't heard of this game, just search up Streets of Rage and just listen or play. Just watch the intro and listen to the music. I just played the first stage. This thing's got some of the best music in games, and it was back in the Sega Genesis, I believe. And dude, and it was just like you walk from left to right, and you just beat up anyone in your sight. It was like one of those beat-em-ups. And I wish I could. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm not remembering the team right now. But these guys like essentially, like brought back the game with a number 4, and it's on all consoles, and I think it's on PC. But if you like your side scrollers and like awesome like traditional like animation cartoon, these guys have like done it so much justice, and the music is like. It's like, oh, it's so good, dude. So I've been playing that. It's essentially a beat-em up, and it's really good. I have also played. I played Last of Us 2, and I was gonna say I thought it was a great game, but like I said, I'm gonna kind of like I don't know if we need to jump into this because I know this is a divisive. It's a divisive topic, so I don't want to spoil anything either.
I want to play it. I need to actually finish the first one though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I've been tempted to maybe grab it, but I don't know. Like I wasn't huge into the gameplay of the first one, but I know that that's something that they improved a lot in the second. So, So I kind of want to get into it because I like the story parts that I did play of the first one. I just need to actually go back because I have it on PlayStation. I just need to actually sit down and do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I man, the game is super beautiful, and I'll tell you right now, I'm also someone who falls into liking the gameplay because it seems to me like I think some people even say this about Uncharted, but I mean, it kind of comes off to me like, it's either it's your style or it's not your style. So you have, it depends on the person. But I'll tell you right now, and I know it's gonna sound so weird, but man, like it's so gruesome. But man, is it so satisfying when you kick butt in that game and you kill people, bro? Like, and like it's so gruesome. Like, bro, when you like blow someone up, I hate to say, man, it feels so good. It's just like you blow them up and they're like their bodies just everywhere.
Moody's got a lot of anger issues in his life. He needs to work
yeah,
Hey, okay, I mean, I don't know if this is what, but like they give you, so you have a bow, and that's something in the game, bro, and they give you like explosive tip bows. I swear, I turned into Rambo. I was like, no one is going to survive now. But yeah, so
Moody, mental note: we're not going to get you a puppy.
a puppy? Why?
You got too much rage in your heart.
Hey man, I blame them for making it such a fun game to attack people in.
That's video games are what makes it so that he doesn't take out his rage in real life.
It's true.
Yeah, man. The fire has to go somewhere, Fire must burn something.
I want a T-shirt with Moody's face looking all mad that just says "Fire must burn."
Yeah. They're like, no, you must douse. I was like, no, let it burn. What's the line from Red Dead?
We're changing it all to where the backer T-shirt is now going to be Moody screaming, "Let it burn!"
Let it burn. I think what's the great line from Red Dead Redemption 2? It's like, you gotta like yourself a fire, bro. You gotta like yourself a fire. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
all right, yeah.
Laughing so hard I'm dying over here.
Yeah.
Going for the mute button.
Fire.
But yeah. I will probably eventually play that. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, I have probably gotten into Final Fantasy 14 a bit too much, but that game's real good. The story's actually really good in that game.
What's the latest? I guess I don't think it's episodic, but what's the latest story? Play it.
The latest expansion is the Shadowbringers expansion, which I'm not quite to. I'm almost there. Like I'm like an expansion behind. So I should be caught up with that pretty quickly here. So that way I can play the latest stuff. But the story, it's just actually well done. Like the cutscenes are super well done. There's a lot of attention to detail as far as the world of Final Fantasy goes. It has like a ton of references to like all the old Final Fantasy games. Like there's characters even going back to the first Final Fantasy game in it. I mean, it's like you can tell that there's a lot of like love and attention to detail put into that game, and I appreciate that a lot. It's a very good, if you just do the main story quests, it's a very good just like through line that you can play just by yourself, really. And yeah, it's worth checking out for sure.
Yeah, I've always been fascinated, but I'm really bad at those kind of games. But like I've always loved like how they seem to be so obviously. I mean, they make the games, but how, like you said, it's like you constantly can see like the inspiration from every generation of Final Fantasy in the games.
Mm-hmm.
Real question: What do you ride? What do you ride in that game?
What do I ride?
You riding a Chocobo?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I am riding a Chocobo, and the cool thing that I just figured out is that you can actually change the color of your Chocobo's feathers.
Oh.
Which I was pretty ecstatic about because I'm playing a black mage, so I changed my Chocobo's feathers to purple.
There you go.
Which you can do by like basically putting it in a stable and then feeding it different food, and if you feed them like enough, like I guess each like chocobo food has like a different like RGB color like assigned to it. So basically, you're just like moving the meter on the RGB scale for it to like change the color to what you want it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like
chocobo radiation.
Yeah. I was like, it's like a plant. You just give it food dye, like drink this, and it just turns into that color.
Kinda, yeah. But the cool thing is that there's just like a calculator online that's like, hey, this is the food you feed it in this order, and then that's how it changes. So it makes the process like way simpler for like someone like me that's like RGB. How do I figure out the colors here? I'm stupid. But yeah, luckily there's simple ways to do that. But yeah, of course I ride a chocobo. But yeah, I mean, you end up getting like a ton of mounts. Like I have a couple dragons and stuff too at this point in the game, because the first expansion for it was Heaven's Ward, which was very much like a dragon heavy storyline, and it's actually really good. But they give you a couple mounts. Yes.
Possible? Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, like they have like I know for a promotional item they had the car from Final Fantasy 15 as a mount. Like,
oh, okay.
They kind of have like a little bit of everything in there. Like there's like a mount that you can get that 2 people can ride that's basically like a big like chocobo air balloon, or not a chocobo but a Mog air balloon. That has like a big giant sized Moogle as like an air balloon that has like a seat for 2 people. It's an interesting game, man. It's a lot of fun though.
Do you have to hear the chocobo song when you ride a chocobo?
Yes. So that's the thing too. Based on your mount, it will change the song that's playing in the background. So if you're, if you're not riding anything, it'll have like the area music. But as soon as you jump on a chocobo, it does play the chocobo theme, or whatever monster or whatever you're riding, it'll play their theme music as you're riding them throughout the world. It's awesome.
Yeah, I will say I know that there's from overall people, I know there's like a love and hate with that song, so I had to ask.
Yeah, so yeah, if you don't want to hear the chocobo theme, maybe don't play Final Fantasy 14 because you'll hear it a lot. Because you do ride a chocobo to a lot of places. But yeah, it's I think they just did a really good job of making that just like a fun world to play in. And like I said, the story is like generally good, like genuinely, I should say, good. So it's totally worth checking out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think with that, you guys got anything else that you want to talk about? I think that might wrap us up there.
Just want to mention we were talking about Streets of Rage 4 earlier. If I'm not mistaken, it actually uses the monogame framework, which is the same thing we're building our game on.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Pretty cool, and glad to see they did pretty well, because it's, in my opinion, it's always nice to see something that comes out that isn't Unity or Unreal, just to kind of make sure that the industry doesn't totally get pigeonholed into using just 1 or 2 engines. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool.
Yeah, highly recommend to anyone again who wants to try that game. I was trying to say what else. I was supposed to say, oh no, I think that was it. I wanted to mention that. I'm glad you remembered that, because I was like, there was a reason I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be able to get him on a podcast. It'd be really cool to talk about their experience using it and kind of what route, because monogame, since it isn't a full-on engine, it's a lot of basic, stuff, kind of their experience and what direction they went with it versus kind of what we did, because obviously they're very different games.
Absolutely, yeah. It'd be really cool because it clearly does play, like, I can see it in, just from ours, like, there are ways that, obviously, they approach art that I can see that we're doing something quite similar to them, but obviously the game has a very different feel. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to kind of have a deeper conversation with them, just to kind of see how they even went about coming up with stuff and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have actually played the first couple levels of that, and it's actually really well done too. It's also on Game Pass for anybody that has Game Pass. So if you want to just try it out, go play.
We got to get our one obligatory Game Pass mention in, since it is our podcast. I swear we need to get sponsored by Game Pass.
Yeah. Hey, Microsoft, if you want to throw some money at us, we're probably not going to say no.
No, not at all. Go for it. Yeah, please.
But yeah, just with that, thanks everybody for supporting us and helping us get the Kickstarter funded. That means like a lot to us, and we're very proud of accomplishing that goal, and we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast, for paying attention to the things that we do. We should have more in store for you soon. Like we said, the next update might seem a little boring, but we'll have some more good stuff for you coming, and be sure to check out the Discord channel. If you were a backer, we'll probably open it up to more people. I want to say sometime in August. So be on the lookout for that if you weren't a backer. So that way we can keep growing the community and that sort of thing. And then hopefully we'll be doing some community events and stuff like that. I just gotta have to feel out and figure out what people want from us as far as community stuff goes, and we'll figure it out and make it happen, and hopefully have some fun as a community. But yeah, you can follow Kent on Twitter at ProfessionalKent. You can follow Moudy at is your Twitter the Moudy_Hama?
I think so. I clearly use it a lot.
So
let's say yeah.
It's either Moody's like Instagram or Twitter is Moudy_Hamo, and then the other one doesn't have the underscore. So I literally have to like do a search each time I want to like tag Moudy on either one of them. But yeah, other than that, if you have any issues as far as the backer kit stuff or like getting your surveys, anything like that, just be sure to email us support@winterborngames.com. And if you have any questions for the podcast, we do. We'll still take those with our email at socialmedia@winterborngames.com as well. And thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good one.
Take care.